Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video I am going to share a collective Sephora haul. So this is going to be mostly what I purchased during the Sephora fall savings event or VIB sale, whatever they want to call it, but I do have a few other orders I thought I would throw into this. I don't think I've filmed a Sephora haul since sometime in the spring, but I spared you, I think, just some of the random orders I placed over the summer. And looking back at those orders, a lot of the items were either out of stock, kind of sale items, or other items that I featured in other videos. So I didn't think it was worthwhile to dwell on those anymore. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the Sephora sale and the YouTube videos that accompany it. Namely that it kind of has this feeling of, I guess, like, not panic, but like it's kind of stressful feeling like you need to order everything you could possibly want during the sale period because it's the only window until the spring, in theory, that you will get 20% off. So I'm trying to fight against that myself, and obviously everyone has a limited amount of money to spend on makeup. How limited is, you know, the question, but what I'm trying to get at is I don't know if I will film like a part 2. I'll kind of talk about, I guess, what I've ordered. I have one order that I've placed that hasn't been shipped yet. As you probably know, Makeup by Mario just released a new palette that I was doing well in resisting. I did go in store today and swatch it, and if it were still in stock on the Sephora website, I might be tempted to pick it up, but fortunately for my wallet, it does seem to be out of stock online. And I was also going to try to resist the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette until, I don't know, some later date, especially now that, you know, there's already been Instagram posts and YouTube videos about it. As a YouTuber, it kind of takes some of the, I guess, urgency out of purchasing it, but I did hear that probably the day that you are watching this, the Retro Glam palette will be on the Sephora website. So I might be placing an order for that. And there's one other product I'm kind of thinking of that I'll talk about later in the video. But to talk about what I have ordered but hasn't arrived yet, I think I'll just go in kind of reverse chronological order, since you're probably more interested in the items I've picked up during the sale and items that are new to Sephora. So I've ordered the iconic London Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. So I do plan to film a kind of focused iconic London video in the next, I guess, month or so, and that product has been kind of recommended pretty highly. So I picked that up. I did, I think, like I said, go into store today and I swatched that particular shade, and it still looked a little yellow on the back of my hand, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out. But anyway, I picked that up, and I also ordered their Liquid Brow Silk Max Hold Gel from Iconic London and the Mini Prep Set Glow Hydrating Spray. So those were the 3 items I purchased from Iconic London that are on their way to me. I've also ordered some other items from Ulta because I was able to use points at Ulta, but those particular items I don't think were at Ulta, so I went ahead and purchased them at Sephora with the discount. And I also purchased quite a few items from Tower 28. So October was, I think, I don't know, Eczema Awareness Month or whatever they called it. So I had intended to film a video focused around Tower 28 because they are like a very eczema aware brand. A lot of their products, they have some skincare products and some makeup products that I'll talk about. And yeah, like their foundation, for example, which I have right here, their Sunny Days foundation, I think, is like one of the first to, it says here on the back, be accepted by the National Eczema Association. So I do have eczema. I get it on my hands, like this pinky, for example, tends to get eczema, especially if I'm washing a lot of dishes without using gloves. And I also got kind of randomly some eczema under this eye right here that's in the process of healing, I guess. So I kind of had a flare up at the beginning of October, and that kind of inspired a lot of the purchases that I will show you in this video, and also kind of gave me the idea to do a video focusing on Tower 28 and also SkinFix, which is a skincare brand. So like I said, I will be doing a dedicated video with these products. I tried to incorporate as many of the products as I could into my look today, and I'll talk about what I used as I go through this video. But there were some that were duplicative, or I just decided to kind of postpone until that video. So in this order, I got the lip gloss that I am wearing. This is their new shade in their Shine On Lip Jelly Gloss. This is the shade Sesame, and I do like their lip gloss formula. I have a few shades, and I'm not sure if I would rank this over the Pat McGrath lip gloss, but I do really enjoy it. So this is the shade Sesame. I think they call it some kind of mauve shade. And I also got a new shade in their Beach Please Luminous Tinted Balm. So this is the shade Office Hours. And I think they launched these two shades at the same time as kind of, I think, complementary colors. So I decided to pick up the two newest shades in their line for these products. And then I also got their SOS Intensive Redness Relief Serum. So again, I'll talk more about this in a later video. And I have tried their spray, but I think what kind of surprised me, if I can show you, it comes out almost kind of like a spray gel. And then it's a very like thin, it has kind of like a watery gel texture to it. So I've been using this a few times. It's not like the only kind of serum I've been using, but yeah, it's not quite what I expected, but again, I will talk more about that in a later video. Okay, so that was one order. I actually had that, I think, delivered to me same day because I was thinking I would try to get that video up before the end of October. Obviously that didn't happen. So one of the things I always think about during the Sephora sale is if items are around like the $25 mark, sometimes I think about not picking those up during the Sephora sale and waiting until there's a good like deluxe sample that I want to pick up. That's usually, I mean, they've increasingly been more like $35, but they used to be more around the $25 mark is what you had to spend to redeem that code. And you can't get those deluxe samples when you're also using the discount code. So for this particular order, I did get the Bronzino bronzer from Tower 28. So again, I'll be showing that in a later video. And then I also got the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset Palette. This was on sale for half off. And I don't know, have a weakness for Natasha Denona palettes that are half off. So this was $13.50 down from, I guess, $27. And nothing super revolutionary about this color story, and it looks like it is currently out of stock on the Sephora website, but I decided to add this to my collection. But this is why I chose to forego, I think, the discount, is that they had this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in the shade Universal. And I think this was still available again last time I checked, because again, I kind of go back to the offers page and the Sephora site to see if there's anything worth foregoing the discount for. So I don't know, found this a really interesting product. I haven't tried it before. I think maybe I can just try to just apply a little bit. So let's see. I'm just a tiny bit shiny. And again, this is the Universal shade. Yeah, it does feel like kind of a like lip balm almost. And I don't know if I just kind of put this in my T-zone. I think I recall Michelle Wong liking this, and I think she tends to have dry skin. And also this product won like an Allure Best Of for like innovation or whatever. It's very strange because it does just feel like a balm. Like I feel like I'm applying like a kind of very emollient lip balm on my face. All right, so jury's still out, but I was intrigued by this product. So I thought the opportunity to try it as like a little sample was kind of ideal. Okay, so this is kind of, I guess, the bulk of my VIB order. So I think I posted this on my YouTube community page as being like a really great deal. This is $32. You get 2 shades in the Beauty Light Wand. I think these both retail for $40 normally. And I did actually apply the Spotlight shade to my cheeks today. So I think these are kind of ideal because I looked back at this product, the Beauty Light Wand, and I think I got some pretty good use out of it, but this has a 12-month kind of shelf life, and I think I've had it for about 2 years. So, you know, I thought for the price, I would just go ahead and get this little mini and hopefully kind of be able to use it up without it going bad. It also has the Beauty Light Wand in the Pinkgasm shade, which is not my favorite product, but I don't know, to me, I thought it was useful just to get kind of this little guy. Like I said, the full size I think retails for $40, and I can figure out what I want to do with that other mini because I do have the full size in Pinkgasm. But just for comparison, that is kind of what they look like. And I think this is kind of travel friendly enough by itself. But you know, having some minis for travel is also kind of a plus. The applicator is also a little bit smaller. So I would love it if she sold these individually. But anyway, I think having this as a smaller size that I can hopefully go through completely is kind of a good buy for me instead of purchasing one of these. So the next product I got is from the Inkey List. This is their Super Solutions 10% Azelaic Serum Redness Relief Solution. So I, in addition to eczema, have also been dealing with what I think is rosacea. And I've gone through almost a complete tube of this Paula's Choice Azelaic Acid Booster. I've also tried the one from The Ordinary, which is obviously more affordable. It isn't quite as like cosmetically elegant, you could say. It has a tendency to pill. Also kind of smells like BO to me. So I really did prefer this formulation, but this one also has licorice and salicylic acid. And while I don't mind using salicylic acid, I thought I would enjoy trying something that didn't include it so that I could see if, you know, I could derive benefits from azelaic acid where salicylic acid on a kind of nightly basis would be a little bit drying, if that makes sense. So this is 1 fluid ounce. I think they also sell that at Sephora, but I decided to try this out. It says it's suitable for rosacea-prone skin. It's supposed to neutralize the appearance of redness. And this comes in a little tube like so. This is also 1 fluid ounce. I want to say this is maybe about half the cost of the Paula's Choice. Still more expensive than The Ordinary, but you know. And apparently April is Rosacea Awareness Month, I discovered while Googling one night. I might be talking about some Azelaic products in my next skincare empties. If I can ever get this thing open. So they don't win points on packaging, that's for sure. But I also might dedicate a video in April to some products I've tried. Okay, so it's an interesting color, isn't it? For a skincare product, it's kind of like a light blue, blue-gray. I don't smell anything, so that's a plus. And seems to be pretty thin in texture. I think I had a little bit of the foil in there, which made it feel a little gritty, but yeah, I don't know. That could be promising. I'll let you know how I get on with that one. But yeah, I got that. And this next product, I did apply it today, so you'll see some footage of that, hopefully. So you may recall I did a video when this product launched about the Kosas Revealer Foundation. And I picked up the shade 120, which is, I think it's very fair with cool undertones. Oh, it's very light cool, very light with pink undertones. So on me, this looked a bit orange. And I have both their Revealer Concealer in shade 1.5 and 0.5N. So this is 1.5C, this is 0.5N. Today I'm actually wearing 0.5N. So I tried both of these to kind of figure out what shade in their foundation I might be based on kind of their recommendations, and it seemed like applying 1.5C to the face that this would be kind of the best match, but I don't think it was. So it's kind of been on my to purchase list ever since then, because I really did just kind of love the finish of this foundation. I still do. I don't know. Let me know what you think. So, you know, I have other makeup on. I have bronzer. I think it's okay, but like just applying this before any other makeup, I think this still leans a little bit yellow. I really wish they would come out with a more neutral cool foundation that's about this level in terms of its depth. That would probably be perfect, but I think I'll probably hold on to it. As I said, I did go into store today and I was kind of swatching those shades because I hadn't applied it to my face or my hand yet at home. So swatching 100, 120, and 110, which is the middle shade that I don't have. Swatching all of those together, I mean, none of them looked like they were ideal. And I wish I'd kind of taken a picture, but I was, I don't know, feeling a little flustered and eager to get out of there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay. I don't think it's ideal or perfect, but I think it's okay. And I think what I was mentioning, I only have 27 minutes left, so this is going to be fun on my memory card. I think what I was saying is that, you know, when I first applied this and after I swatched it earlier today, I was thinking that maybe I would purchase one of the Shiseido foundations that Amanda Z always talks about. I think it's the Synchro Skin Radiant. So that I kind of have my eye on. I don't think it's necessary to pick it up during the Sephora sale because I think, you know, Shiseido goes on sale at different sites or whatever, but I don't know. So yeah, so that's still kind of on my list, but I don't know if I need to rush out and get it. If I'm already placing another order, it could find its way into my cart. Who's to say? All right, so I got that foundation. I did also finally get one of the Gucci blushes. I got the shade 05 Rosy Beige. I think this shade is currently sold out, but I am wearing it today if you wanted to see how it looks on my skin tone. I think this is a really beautiful blush, honestly. So I'm glad that that doesn't kind of disappoint. And one of the reasons why I was so interested in those blushes is because I've been a huge fan of the Gucci bronzer. I have the shade 1, and I thought I would just kind of compare side by side. So this packaging to me is much nicer because it kind of clicks closed, but then you just kind of lift up on it. And I don't know, because it's ribbed, it's just, I don't know, fairly easy to kind of get a handle on and lift it up. I don't think it's necessary to have this little tray in there, especially when these pans don't pop out or anything, but it does come with a brush for some reason. So this is a product you can probably see. I wore this today as well, so you could kind of see how it looks in combination with the blush. But this is a product that I would be very proud to hit pan, and I think I could at some point. But yeah, since I've loved that tone of the bronzer so much, so yeah, this is just, you kind of have to like almost twist this little clasp to get it open, which is kind of annoying. And this doesn't pop out either, although there is another hole. So it seems like there's a lot of bulk here with the packaging. But anyway, so that is what those look like side by side. And I think you can tell why I might enjoy the blush if I enjoy this bronzer. Like, it's a little bit more rosy, a little bit pinker, but still pretty neutral. So I think it does complement the bronzer really nicely. After applying this, like, it has a really kind of beautiful like sheen to it and texture. It's like very kind of skin-like, I think, when you apply it. And after applying it, I think I could see myself picking up more shades in that formula. But I think all the other shades that would work for me are very like pink or coral. So I kind of figure I can wait until the spring sale and maybe pick up a more kind of spring summery shade at that point. So I'm very happy to finally have this in my collection. I also got another eye cream, which I probably didn't need. This is the Tula Eye Recharge and Replenish Pro Firm Overnight Eye Cream with bakuchiol. So I decided to pick this up because, like I said, I've been having some eczema underneath one of my eyes, and I do use retinol on occasion, but as I mentioned, I do have that kind of more sensitive dry skin type, so I have to be kind of careful about how often I use it and the strength and everything. But I do really like those types of ingredients for their kind of resurfacing effect and to kind of get rid of dead skin and that kind of thing. And I think this is kind of helpful in that way. So it's not, at least the one time I used it, it wasn't like overly harsh, but I feel like it did really help kind of smooth out my under eyes. It still has a pretty nice thick texture, and it's also one of those like airless pumps. So you can kind of see there, it's still pretty thick, which I personally enjoy. Has that really nice emollients to it. And I looked up basically all of the different bakuchiol eye creams on Sephora, and I think I even looked at Ulta. And I like this for its ingredients and also because it's in this nice airless pump. So you can use a spatula or whatever with a jar eye cream, but it's nice to have something that you can just dispense kind of like I showed you and not run into that issue. And it just keeps it a little bit more sanitary as well. So, so far so good on this product. I also got this little mini blush and highlighter palette from Natasha Denona. This was, I think, on sale for half off maybe as well. So it was $10 and I got the $2 for the 20% off, whatever. So I think this is out of stock as well, but like I said, I can't really resist having these kinds of little palettes from Natasha Denona at half off. And because we are planning on traveling this Christmas, I thought this could possibly be a really nice little mini product to bring. And I think both of those shades should work for me. I mean, the blush is kind of a pretty, you know, shimmery pink. We'll see about that highlighter. I might have to try that before we leave, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought for $8 I would go ahead and try it. I do, I think, have their, what is it, Bronze and Glow that I picked up once upon a time. This is kind of a similar idea. I don't even know if these highlighters are the same, are they? It doesn't say they are on the label. It does have a little mirror in here, which is nice as well. Yeah, I don't think those are the same. I kind of bought this one thinking I would use it as an eye duo, actually. So we'll see. I mean, talking about our travel plans, my husband did really enjoy my makeup look tonight before I started filming, and the eye look is the Huda Empowered palette. So I used a couple of these shades during my like Elizabeth Holmes Halloween look, but I dug into literally, because I kind of gouged my nail into the Do It shade a little bit. But yeah, I used this tonight as well. So I think I used, let's see, I think I used Rebel kind of all over the lid, confident in the crease, power to kind of blend out. So that would be, this one is Rebel, that dark brown is confident, that peach shade is power, and then I think I used Do It on the outer edge, Bold Moves on the inner half, and then I used the Worthy shade as a like cream eyeliner. And I think that was one of the, I guess, selling points of this palette to me, because if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I like to take like a gel pencil liner, and then I will kind of run my brush. I use this little angled brush from BK Beauty. I'll run my brush over the pencil and then kind of draw in a wing. But I thought having like a cream formula in a palette like this could be helpful, because I wouldn't have to reach for a liner. So, so far so good. I mean, I've only had this on for maybe a couple of hours at this point, and I'll just say that I did do that same technique with like the Patrick Ta palette, and I feel like that formula might be a tad bit more emollient. I think at least wearing it all day, and that way the liner didn't stay put. It worked out better if I kind of went over it with a powder in the palette. And this one does have at least a dark brown that I could do that if I chose to. So yeah, I think, you know, as far as getting a really pretty kind of holiday look, it definitely fits the bill. And I always enjoy kind of just the, I don't know, quality of the object in terms of Huda's palettes. I think it's really interesting how she did like the QR code as kind of the cover. Yeah, so far I'm pretty happy that I have this. I don't know how different the looks will be that I get out of this palette, but I do think it's really beautiful. All right, so like I said, that was my main order for the sale. So just to quickly cover some other things until I run out of space, and I guess give you a little bit of a preview of things to come. So like I said, I'm doing this kind of eczema focused video at some point, and I picked up more products from SkinFix. So this is their Barrier Plus Besties Hydrating and Nourishing Kit. This retails for $40, and it comes with a mini of their Barrier Plus Triple Lipid Boost 360 Eye, which I love. I've gone through several of those that I think maybe in an empties video or in the empties video I filmed, but haven't uploaded yet. But I also have the full size of this guy, so you know I'm committed. I think I'd picked it up at first through maybe some BoxyCharm sales, so I was able to get a couple at a really good deal, and then of course, you know, having some eczema pop up, you know, I really felt like I needed to kind of fall back on some of those favorites. So I did end up paying full price for this. I also got their Eczema Plus Dermatitis Face Balm, which is really nice. This is kind of a very thick, actually it looks like I scratched myself or something. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it just comes out like so and has a very thick emollient texture. I mean, this is the kind of like ointment-like consistency that it's going to stay looking a bit kind of greasy. So it's not something you probably want to put on in the morning before you go out or whatever. But yeah, this has, I think, Colloidal oatmeal in it, so that really helps to kind of help things heal. And then I got a bunch of like deluxe samples with this order, whatever deal they were running. But it looks like I got a, let's see, Pureology Soft Finish Hairspray as one. I got the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream, a little deluxe sample of that. I got a sample of the Guerlain, what is this? Aqua Allegoria Mandarin Basilic. I've had a fascination with mini perfume bottles. I have a couple of videos all about my mini perfume collection. I've tried samples of this, but I never had like the little deluxe sample. So I was definitely happy to get that. Let's see, I have a Verb Shine Spray and Heat Protectant. I got the Urban Decay, the Wild Lash Mascara, like a deluxe sample. The Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb, which looks like so very cute. And I think that might have been it for like the deluxe samples. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. And of course the normal samples, I got the Kaoli Vanilla 28, which I don't think I've tried before. Not the biggest vanilla fan, but I figured I'd try that one. And then also the Kilian Good Girl Gone Bad, which looks like so. So that was a purchase mostly motivated by the fact that I was freaking out over my skin and I felt like I needed some eczema friendly products. Also got the, as you saw, this Pat McGrath. Why can I never hold things up the right way? The Pat McGrath Nude Venus Blush and Glow palette. I do have a video on my channel about this, and I have finally received my order from Pat McGrath with the other blush palette, as well as the other blush and highlighter. I kind of, I guess, hemmed and hawed over that purchase for a few days, so I'm not the first to have those products in my hand, and I feel like it's a little bit of old news at this point. So hopefully I'll be filming a video with it, but you know, it hasn't been at the top of my list of things. And then I think I got this Nest Moroccan Amber Scent Stick, which is kind of an interesting type of sample to get. And then I got this like concealer bag. Try to quickly run through what's in here. There's a Dior Backstage primer, I think. Would have been helpful when I was doing my like full face of Dior, whenever that was, but yeah. Cute little primer. And then there was also the Milk Hydro Grip primer, like so. Again, I'm not sure if this is still available or not. And then a bunch of just these little kind of packet samples. So we have the Dior Backstage concealer, it looks like. So it looks like they have some of the foundation and some of the concealer shades. I do have a review of the Dior Backstage concealer. The Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. Also have a video on this one. It's always nice to have different shades you can try out. Rare Beauty concealer. Pat McGrath. I don't know if I've ever seen a like sample card from them before. Unfortunately, that is not a lot of shades to be able to test your shade though. Like the lightest one is light medium 8, and I am definitely not light medium 8. The Power Flex concealer from Tarte. I'm not sure if I ever reviewed that. I might have. The Huda Faux Filter. I've been curious about this, but I haven't tried it. I always go through these like concealer binges, especially when there's a lot of new concealer launches. The Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer. The Makeup Forever Ultra HD. And let's see, Anastasia Magic Touch. I have this, and I think I might have shade 2. I can't recall. But yeah, I did a full face of ABH at one point. And also, of course, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. So it's nice that they had some kind of new launches in that. And so I did also pick up the Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals palette. I haven't used this yet because I haven't decided if I want to do kind of a swatch video like I did with the ABH Nouveau palette. And I picked this up because they had like a, whatever their Sephora virtual convention is it Sephora or something? If you went to that, like you got like a basically $10 credit or something. It was something to do with like NFTs, which didn't really make much sense. But anyway, I decided to pick this up. I haven't used it yet, as I said, so let me know if you would be interested in seeing me swatch this palette. Again, it's kind of old news, I guess, at this point, but always happy to hear what you guys want to see from me. I did also order at some point the new Patrick Ta blush palette, but that was kind of a fail because it arrived broken. So the only other thing to talk to you about, looks like at some point I got the Jisoo hair oil, which is pretty nice as a, I guess, normal sample. I don't think I ever picked that. But anyway, I did finally get one of the Kaja Bentos. I wasn't like totally amazed by this, but it does have some pretty colors and The shades in it, it's like Mauve Bouquet, and one of the shades is something about champagne, I think. Wedding Champagne. So I wore this to my friend's wedding because, you know, I can't resist a good tie-in like that. So yeah, so it's nice. I'm glad I finally tried one of these, but the type of like textured shade that you really do have to kind of, I think, use your finger to get a good payoff. So yeah, don't regret picking it up, but I don't know how, I need to swatch this on my arm now. I don't know how like in awe I am. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty. It was a pretty look. I think I have a picture on my Instagram. But yeah, one of the reasons I decided to go ahead and place that order is that there was another deluxe sample of the Merit Flush Balm in the shade Cheeky, which I think is the same as what they have in like their holiday set. Haven't tried this yet, but I thought it was a great way to be able to try out the formula. And it was just really cute as well. So I went ahead and picked up the Kaja Bento for $26, and I got this for free, which again is one of the things I talk about, saving those items that are just over like that $25 threshold to be able to like get deluxe samples whenever I see one I like. Okay, so that's gonna do it. Like I said, I'm not sure if there will probably be another Sephora order, who are we kidding? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I've picked up and found it helpful in any last minute decisions that you need to make. I hope you guys will subscribe if you're not already, and until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.